What is up? Welcome to your Neptune line. Let's get started. Okay, so I really wanted to come on here and talk to you about your Neptune line and your astrogeography or astrocartography maps because they are really, really interesting. So I personally am living on one of my Neptune lines. It's the Midheaven line. And I have been reflecting on it. I've actually been working on the module in my course. So if you want to learn how to read an astrocartography map or just understand every single line, every single aspect of your map, I would recommend taking my course. I'm going to link it here. Bing. And yeah, so let's get started. So, oh my gosh, where to begin? Living on my Neptune line has been really interesting. It's been kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. You're going to feel like you are kind of not super in touch with reality on this line. And it's just kind of hard to grasp reality. So it may feel like you're just kind of living in a hazy place, right? And I recently moved to Phoenix, and that's where my Neptune Midheaven line is. And everything here just seems kind of otherworldly. Not only am I not used to living in a place like this, but let's start with the vegetation, right? The plants here look like they're underwater. And as some of you guys know, Neptune rules Pisces, and Pisces is a water sign. And it actually rules the 12th house as well. So the 12th house in your zodiac is all about shadows, secrets, things that get you out of touch with conscious kind of grounded reality. So even your subconscious, drugs, alcohol, addictions, it's things that are otherworldly and of other kind of maybe higher natures. So being on this line, I've noticed yes, weed is legal here, but I've noticed wanting to smoke weed or take a gummy more than usual. I've noticed myself wanting to kind of get out of reality. And not only that, I don't feel as connected to reality here. The energy is not a very grounded energy. So it doesn't matter what angle you're living on or visiting, if it's your ascendant, IC, descendant, or MC line, because there's 4 angles in astrocartography. All of the Neptune lines are going to have this kind of similar energy. So where to begin? So let's start at when I wake up day to day, you guys, it is so hard for me to wake up early. I feel I'm just kind of underwater. I just want to keep staying in this dream world, right? It's this dream world, which Neptune rules, that is just this comfort zone for me. I've even noticed my body as I start taking off my sweater, but it's plumped up. It's more plump. It's I feel fish underwater, right? How they're kind of plumpy, and then when they come out of water they lose that plumpness. I've noticed I just look more plump and more voluptuous, more womanly, more right emotions, water. So that's been interesting. And what else, you guys? It's just been such a different altering change of my reality. And that's one thing I kind of want to warn you about is if you want to move to a Neptune line, I don't recommend I'm not the type of astrogeographer that's don't do this. No, this is going to be horrible for you. You want to look at your astrology chart, right? Which many astrocartographers who do readings don't even look at that. What aspects you have to your different planets. So you want to look at your chart. But another thing with Neptune is, Pisces people are, very kind of poetic and artistic, right? They have a great big imagination. Very creative people. I've noticed myself also feeling more inspired, more creative. I play violin. I joined an orchestra here, so it's nice to make music. I really needed that here. So Neptune rules Pisces, right? Pisces is it's the last sign. It rules the 12th house. The 12th house is all about secrets, shadow work, just stuff that's out of touch with reality. Another thing I want to touch upon is I'm on my Neptune Midheaven. So a lot of people go to their Neptune Midheaven thinking that they're going to become super famous or reach fame. Yes, that can happen. You can become super famous because, keep in mind, Neptune rules acting, right? Theater, dance, music. So being on this line, not only are people going to kind of view you in this dreamy way, one of my favorite quotes is actually Marilyn Monroe, that pertains to astrocartography. And she says, they don't really see me. They see their desires in me, or whatever, something like that. So that's exactly what a Neptune line is like, you're gonna not really see the truth here, especially in your ascendant angle. You're gonna kind of not be in touch with reality. And also on your descendant angle, you're gonna like, let's say you have some love, relationships, intimate relationships, you might not be seeing them the real way. Like, they might not be revealing their true character. You might be perceiving in a completely different way than who they really are. So you want to be careful on this line, because things are not what they seem. That's Neptune. It's kind of like a magician's playland. If a magician were to live in a world of magic and, a magician's, planet, Neptune is that line. So be careful on this line. Just be aware that, things might come up and you'd be like, oh shit, I thought that they were totally nice, or I thought this was real, or this did exist, and it might have, but maybe completely differently from the way you interpreted it. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. So Neptune Midheaven, you can reach fame. A lot of actors become like super duper famous because people will start like, just kind of seeing them in this like light and being like, yeah, just totally and enamored with them and enthralled by them. But also you could also not see things the way that they are. So you might think that this, acting agent is perfect, but really they're just kind of a scumbag, but you didn't know. And you know, or anything, like even with spirituality, you might go to your midheaven line and meet this like guru or something, or become super spiritual, but then get kind of let down because it's like, oh wait, that wasn't the truth. I was perceiving that wrong. So these are just kind of some tidbits to go over Neptune. As you can tell, like even my energy is like, I'm not super grounded here because it is such a watery place. It's like the waters can get murky. So a really good tip, you guys, a very good tip, if you go to your Neptune line, or really if you live near one, within 200 plus to 600 miles away, you will feel the energy. Of course, the closer you are to the line, the more you'll feel it. But I highly recommend you guys to just get away. Not as often as you can, okay? Just kind of leave. Like if you're living on one and it's just hard for you to get things started, that's another thing with Neptune, is like you might have a dream, have a goal, have a course you want to put out there, or a business you want to start, but it's like the footing. Jim Lewis, who founded astrocartography, he literally said living on a Neptune line, especially your IC angle, which is your home, is like building a foundation on sand. Things are kind of hard to get grounded and started, right? It's not that Taurian energy of like manifesting, material pleasures, earthly things. Things kind of happen more slowly here, and there might be more turns and surprises. So what I wanted to say was, get away as often as you can. Like if you're doing, something with writing or podcasting, your Mercury line might be great for that. Honestly, your Mars line might be that fire you need under your ass to just get shit done and get things started. Because here, you might just like lollygag and just be twirling in circles and not really getting anything accomplished, anything done, right? So highly recommend. That's like my number one tip with Neptune energy. Just get away as often as you can, just to get back in touch with reality. So who would I recommend this line to? If you're feeling lost in life, or you want to kind of take a little retreat or go on a trip, Neptune is a great place to go visit. So if you want to go to a spa day, spa weekend, or a spiritual retreat like a yoga certification or yoga retreat or anything like that, if it's on your Neptune line, it's going to be amazing because it does bring you a lot of insight. So you do have connection like with the higher, planes, with God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So, So Neptune is good for that. Would I recommend someone to move here? I don't think personally it's for me. I mean, if you're wanting to start a spiritual journey, right, and get into spirituality, yeah, Neptune is very good for that. If you want to make a lot of money or, you know, start things, a business, whatever, no, I don't really recommend that. It's kind of a place that you want to go to if you just kind of want to escape from reality, okay? Get away from everything, everyone. So vacations are good here. Things may be a little off with your partner if you go vacation here together. But, you know, it might be just a nice kind of thing to do on your own. So I would recommend, if you're looking to grow your spirituality, if you want to kind of relax and just get more in touch with your subconscious and, you know, learn from your shadows or childhood things, yeah, traumas, whatever, it's a good place for you. And just another tidbit about living in Phoenix and all the crazy like cacti and palm trees and all the crazy plants we have here that look like they literally belong underwater. It makes me think of like Dr. Seuss's book, where he would, you know, create all these crazy worlds with like odd looking things. And I was like, I wonder if Dr. Seuss was a Pisces. Turns out, of course, he was. Makes so much sense. So anyway, if you feel like you're living in a Dr. Seuss novel, you're probably living on your Neptune line. You might want to check that and holla, because I do readings. I have a course, and I also have an Instagram, so follow me here at I am Adriana Niagu, or if it changes, I'll add my new one here because I was going to start my own account. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.